Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to the dozens of people in our stands and the millions listening around the world. Welcome to Martin County Varsity Football on a Friday night. A warm night here in beautiful downtown Stuart. And I am Jeremy Williams. I am joined along Chris. How do you pronounce your last name?
Coquel. Chris Coquel.
Coquel. Coach Coquel here, and we are going to do this live broadcast as the Martin County Tigers welcome in the Sebastian River Sharks. And the Tigers coming in at 1-0 after an opening week victory at Central, and the Sharks at 0-2. So, Coach Coquel, what can we expect in this game of Martin County and Sebastian River tonight?
I think Martin County's the more mature, more game experienced team. I think they're going to have a great opportunity if they get out and get started early. That's going to be a big key for the Tigers tonight. Sebastian River played a real gutsy game against Jensen last week where they were down most of the game, but Jensen let them hang around and they were able to get back in, and it ended up being a 3-point game with an onside kick at the end of the game.
Oh, wow. Awesome. And the Tigers went up to Central and they won 40-7. It was pretty close in the first half, and they pulled away in the second half, taking home the victory. And now the Tigers are lining up in their inflatable helmet, getting ready to charge the field. The music is blaring. Looks like we are getting closer and closer, about 6 minutes till kickoff. And thank you again for joining us tonight. Our podcast sponsored by TC Legal. And again, thanks for everyone for listening, especially those at Hurricanes in Palm City. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Martin County Tiger football.
Jeremy, you've been around this team a lot longer than I have. Seeing that connection between Jackson Scott and Marion Brown, how special is that? It seems like they click on all cylinders, so it's more than just actual talent. It's that they have a connection in the game where they almost know what the other's thinking before the play is called.
Yeah, they've been together now for a couple of years, and they have been spending a lot of time together. Outside of the pandemic, they spent a lot of time together working on stuff. Coach Rod Harris, the head coach of the Tigers, the former quarterback himself, and he takes a lot of time and effort to put it into the passing game. And yeah, you can tell, like you said, that Jackson Scott and Marion Brown and a few of the other receivers are just clicking, and they're the same age, and they still got a year to go after this one.
Coach Harris being there is I think, key to Jackson's growth. From his Palm Beach Central days, he was around Division I players year in and year out. I remember the way he made a kid named Kamar Downer a special part of the offense, and I could see him doing that with Anna Mariano or one of these other players on the team. He knows how to get the most out of players that are at that top level, where you'll see other coaches in high school football, when they have a top player, they don't necessarily hold them accountable. I think Coach Harris will be on these guys more so than anyone else on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He really relies on those skill players. And the Tigers just took the field. And
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's football game between the Martin County Tigers and the visiting Sebastian River Sharks.
White for Martin
we
County.
ask now
These are some sharp uniforms that
for
pop
the
on your
presentation
screen.
of the colors
We'll see
by the
Sebastian
Martin
River
County
in the
High
white
School
and
Flying
silver
Tigers
in a moment.
Air Force ROTC Color Guard. Holding the American flag is Colonel Braden Thedford. The POW MIA flag is held by First Lieutenant Pedro Centron. At right guard, Chief Master Sergeant Madison Korzinski. And at left guard, Staff Sergeant Caleb Beebe.
so we turn it over to Mr. Carroll, the PA announcer here at Tiger Stadium, and we're getting ready for the national anthem.
The national anthem will be performed by the Tiger Regiment under the direction of band director Mike Halkovich. The officials for tonight's game, the referee is Nick Manzi, the umpire is Justin Lucas, the head linesman is Steve Smith, the line judge is Randy Jones, the back judge is Eric Keeler, and the clock operator is J.D. Price. The spotters for tonight's game, Ed Morley, Greg
Special
Sedlock,
thanks
and
again to
Rhonda
tonight's Game of the Week
Sedlock.
sponsor,
The
Martin
scoreboard
County
operator
alum
in her
Sean
24th year
Playmail
of
of
doing
Treasure
this for
Coast
Martin
Legal,
County,
Treasure Coast Legal,
Mabel
giving
Carroll.
back to the
She's
community.
in charge of
Let's
everything
make sure
on the
we
scoreboard
visit them for
except
all
the
our
clock.
legal needs.
If the clock doesn't go the way you think it ought to, do not blame Mabel, blame J.D. Price. This game is being played according to the rules of the Florida High School Athletic Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players.
Jeremy, it's weird these Friday night games now because
also
even in
by
college
observing
football
the
we see
rules
we
of fair
don't know
play.
when we're going to have a
Everybody is
game
requested to
and
take
when we're not
personal
going to have a game. It's almost like you
for
have
keeping
to
this game at a high
just have the
level of
game on the schedule in
sportsmanship.
pencil, and if it happens, great. If not, we have to kind of adjust and be ready to play in 2 weeks because that seems to be the key for high school. You look at Jensen Beach right down the road with a bunch of kids quarantined, and they're not playing tonight for that reason.
Oh, wow, yeah. And I mean, we had an issue last week with Centennial, who Martin County was supposed to play, and that game got moved to November because of that. So, yeah, you know, just to get a football game going
about the days
is a
we're
huge
living in
plus.
Nowadays, we're thankful that these kids
lot of
are
people
even
have been
able to
waiting
play.
for this for
The
a long
cheerleaders are
time.
able to be here. The band's able to be here.
Especially for these
Sebastian Rivers
seniors
able to be here. And you're
they lost
able
their
to be
spring
here.
football season.
Please keep in
and
mind that you
for most of the summer, no one
need
knew
to
if
wear
they were
your
going to
mask
actually have a
at
fall
all times,
season.
unless you're eating
Right.
some
And,
of
you
that
know,
really good
when
food
you're a
from our
kid,
concession
you dream
stand.
of that senior year.
Until
That's the
you
year you
return
get to be
your
a man.
vehicle
You took
after
all the
the
lumps
game.
in practice.
There's
My
no
kids 3
re-entry
years
at
ago.
any
I'm sure
time
guys like
during
George
the game
Johnson
unless there is a
lit up
weather
some of these
delay.
kids 3 years
Then
ago.
you must have your
And then
tickets
now
stubs to
here's their
re-enter.
time to
We
shine. I'm
also
just
ask
glad
you
they're
to
getting a
please stay
chance to
off the
play.
other
Whether
athletic
it's one
fields
game, 2 games, or 6 games,
campus.
whatever it ends up being, at least they're
Meeting
getting a
at
chance for
midfield,
their hard work to
Tiger
pay off.
17, Reef
Oh, for
Woodbury.
sure. Yeah.
And for the Sharks,
You know, they
Rigoberto
only have so
Garcia,
many years that they can
number
play.
9.
They can't play years and years and years. I mean, you know, they get it.
So many kids, this is the last time they're going to put on those shoulder pads.
It will be because they'll graduate and they'll move on. So they definitely wanted to have a season. I feel bad for a lot of the spring sport seniors last year never finished their baseball, softball, track, flag football seasons because of it. You know, you work 4 years in a certain sport and then not to have it finished. That was tough for those kids.
Customary coin toss looks a little different, Jeremy. As you see, there's only two players out there. They've
Yeah.
lowered the numbers of players, which I think is kind of funny. And the no post-game
Sebastian won the
handshake
toss and deferred
after
to the
playing a
second
game of
half.
football,
Tigers
it
will
kind of
take
seems like
kickoff.
Right.
what's the point of doing that? They're doing that even inside the NBA bubble where everyone's getting checked. You'll see the post games 6 feet away with the stick mic, and you're like, well, you guys just played against each other for 3 hours. Do we really need to do that? But I like the message it sends where it's showing everyone, look, if we follow the rules, we can get through all this.
Right, for sure. And last game, week 1, after the game was over, instead of shaking hands, each team just went out to the dotted lines and waved to each other.
Yeah, you do a little wave, maybe a helmet nod, just
Yeah.
something to show you still showing the respect.
Yeah.
That may end up being a tradition you keep because I know a lot of coaches and players, like as a former head coach, one of my most nervous things, win or lose, was the post-game handshake. I never enjoyed it because I was always worried about someone on either team making that mistake and costing us 8 games because a fight broke out.
Right. So Sebastian won the toss and they deferred to the second half. So the Tigers will go on offense first. Marion Brown, number 6, along with number 3, Denzel Alexander, back deep to receive the kick from the Sharks. And we'll check out Jackson Scott and the Tiger offense first tonight.
Players look so excited and ready to go. We have to love it. A beautiful Friday night. Again, thank you to Treasure Coast Legal for letting us put it on for the fans who can't be here. We can't be at capacity. They're able to watch it at home on the Boxcast, which you follow at Martin County Sports for that link. And of course, you know, people at Hurricane Grill in Palm City can watch this game. Football is back, normalcy is starting to come back, and we get to enjoy it here with the opening kickoff, which can be a pivotal moment in this game because, again, Sebastian River is a young team. Young teams make mistakes.
Kicking
Things like
for the
special
Sharks,
teams.
Roberto Garcia, number 9.
Talking to Coach Rod Harris before the game, and he thinks both teams will air it out. There'll be a lot of pass attempts, and it might come down to whoever has the ball last in this game. Rio Garcia to tee it up for the Sharks, and we are underway here at Tiger Stadium. Alexander to field it around his own 5. Puts a wedge up the middle, still on his feet. Trying to bounce outside. He turns the corner and down the sideline he goes. No penalty markers on the play.
Alexander returned the opening kick.
And the Tigers are in business on their first possession of the game.
Tackled by Williams.
First and 10 from
First
around
down,
the
Tigers.
Shark 26-yard line.
Alexander again being a spark for the Tigers, this time in the return game. If you're Coach Harris, you've got to love starting on the plus 26 going in this situation. Try to get points on the board early. I laughed though because Alexander had just had a great run, but you know in film they're gonna rip him for getting walked at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. The Scott in shotgun, he's got 5 receivers split out. 2 to the left and 3 to the right. No running back in the backfield. Wide receiver screen out to the flat. Caught by Johnson.
Pass complete to Johnson. Tackled by Holler.
Not much doing on that play.
You got to love the way the game of football has evolved, because all that is basically an outside zone or a stretch play. It's just now done with bubbles and screens and underneath routes. The passing game has now become an extension of the run game.
2nd and 10 Tigers. Johnson in motion again. Draw play up the middle. A little bit of running room. Good move there by
Boyster's the ball carrier.
Paul
Taken down
Boyster,
by Johnson.
sophomore running back.
Boyster with a good run there. Jensen Beach, I
First
think, averaged
down,
9
Marquette.
yards a carry in their game last week against Sebastian River. So the Sharks are susceptible to the run game. Let's see if they go back to it here on 1st down and goal.
From the Shark 10. Just inside the 10. Quick catch. It gets to the corner of the end zone.
Pass complete to Brown.
And that is Jack Scott to Brown for a touchdown.
Jackson Scott, an efficient 2 for 2 with the touchdown on the opening drive. You have to be happy with that if you're Coach Harris. You've got a couple of your running backs involved, you got 2 of your receivers involved, and you're up on the board early.
All right, now talented kicker Luke Kraber, Jr., on for the point after. Snap, hold, kick is
Kramer's
good.
kick out of the W and hold is good.
And the Tigers up 7-0.
We have a lot of sponsors to thank, and that's incredible considering the whole environment we're living in. So we would like to thank many times during
What
this
a
game to
huge
thank our
start to
sponsors.
this game. You get
starting
the
with
long
Hurricane
kickoff.
Grill and Wings.
That's one phase of the game.
Stewart,
The
Carrabba,
offense just hums
Italian
down the
Grill.
field. Granted, it was only
Twisted
35
Tooth.
yards or whatever it was. They still were efficient in getting down the field. You saw no negative plays. Even that bubble, that's
Fresh
not meant
catch
to be
of
a
Stewart.
big hit play. It's just an extension of the run game. They stayed on schedule. They did everything they needed to.
Southern Pig
The
and
run
Cattle.
underneath.
TDQ
Coach Harris
of
can go into the
Stewart.
second drive
Popeyes of Stewart.
knowing he can pick whatever
Big
he
Apple
wants and
Pizza.
continue to go off this
Fogel
script.
Capital
You want to stay on your
Management.
script as long
The
as you
McDonough
can
family.
before you have to start
The
venturing
Parton
off and trying to
family.
figure things out.
The Scott family.
Right.
If
The
what you
Smith
game plan
family.
works, you want to stick
the
with it.
Cambora family. The Lovelace
Good
family.
point, Coach.
The Debian
You're
family.
absolutely right. And they
The
really didn't have
Sloan
to
family.
show a whole lot right away either.
Oral,
Just a
facial, surgical,
couple of quick
associates.
passes.
CWR contracting, high tide
10:54 to
sales.
go in the first quarter of this game, 7-0. And Kraber to tee it up. Miller back deep for the Sharks. Long high kick and very deep all the way to the end zone. That's going to be a touchback.
Kramer's kick goes into the end zone. 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Sharks.
I tell you, that Kraber, he's got himself quite a leg. I was watching him in pregame warm-ups, and he was kicking 40, 50-yard field goals.
What a weapon that is in the high school game.
Concession
Yeah, I know,
stand
right?
is open. They have
If your
pizza and other
kicker
goodies.
consistently
It's
put
not
it
a
in the end
full
zone,
concession
that's
stand.
20
It's
minutes
not
of
a full
practice. You don't have to worry
crowd,
about
but the
carrying
concession
cover
stand is
kicks.
open.
And then you
They have
get it in
some
the
good
field
stuff.
goal game as well, where you can extend your offense that way. What a game. And here's Sebastian River coming out in the spread.
Yeah, their starting quarterback is Terrell Hodges, number 8. And they're going to go draw a play up the middle. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. McKinney, the first one in there, and then Sloan, the defensive player of the week.
Brown, the ball carrier, tackled by Sloan.
Strong stop in the early drive of a run game. Sebastian will take shots downfield, so the corners cannot be lulled to sleep at any point in this game.
No gain for Brown on the play. 2nd and 10. Another draw play up the middle. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but not much. A couple of Tigers were in on the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Jeremy, you know who's happiest about 3rd and this long defensive ends? Because now they can kind of cock their shoulders back and know that they can go after the quarterback. They can be a little lax on the run responsibilities and go get the quarterback on this 3rd and long.
Yeah, let's see what the defense calls up on this play. High snap, and it's going to be a pass. It's picked up down the sideline, and it's a Tiger touchdown.
Augie Lovelace sat underneath that route, picked it off, the coverage was over top, baiting him to throw. Great call by the defensive coordinator of Martin County to bait him into the throw. You have the corner over top. Augie sat underneath, great pick, and got it in the end zone.
Yeah, Augie Lovelace, the senior defensive back, also splits time at the wide receiver position with a 25-yard interception return. That's 13-0, 9:41 left to go.
That and all defensive touchdowns are brought to you by TC Legal. Visit TC Legal for all your legal needs.
Kraber on for the point after. And it is going to be through the upright, but there's a flag on the play. First penalty of the game, false start, Martin County.
Call against the Tigers.
And we will retry.
From what you were telling me in warm-ups, I don't think the 5 yards makes much of a difference here. It's just a setup and kick it again.
Right. You might actually like this a little bit more room here, yeah. So extra point try from 25 out, and wow, what a difference! And he misses wide left.
Jeremy, you're just getting to know me. That's called the Coquel Jinx, the black cloud that's been following me around my entire life. As I said, he's going to just knock it back through. He misses from the extra point.
Oh, 9:41 to go in the first quarter. Is Martin County 13 and Sebastian 0.
Other action in the area, Kings Academy is up 7-0 over Cardinal Newman down in Palm Beach County. Treasure Coast up 15-0 on Fort Pierce Central. Treasure Coast is an absolute monster this year. I feel like we're going to see those scores a lot as they play these games.
Yeah, they are one of the favorites, along with Vero Beach, who's coming into Martin County next week, actually. Yeah, Treasure Coast and Vero Beach have been the two of the best teams in the last couple of years in our area.
I think this could be a year where Treasure Coast actually takes them and is the top team of the Treasure Coast.
All right.
That's, obviously excluding the Martin County Tigers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. But County does not have to play Treasure Coast this year, so we'll see. It's going to be very interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out. But yeah, if Treasure Coast can get over the hump and knock off Vero Beach, and in Vero Beach, insane winning streak they have.
I love the jealousy people have when they talk about that streak. They try to bring up who they play. I don't care who you play. You win that many games in a row, you can be playing against third graders. It doesn't matter.
Oh, for sure. Draw play up the middle, and able to get away from the front line. Front of the line is John Butler.
Butler with some good vision there. He bounced it outside. He saw the hole off left tackle and was able to pick up 7 or 8 yards. Now Coach Perry is a manageable position where we saw when he was at 3rd and long. Everybody knew he was going to throw the ball. Now they can kind of do whatever they want because they have that third down to come back and only have to pick up 4 yards.
Second and 4. Harris in the shotgun. 3 receivers split right. It's going to be a handoff again. Trying to find the corner is
Butler, the ball carrier.
Butler.
Tackled by Woodbury. Also in on the tackle is his
Woodbury with the stop. And it's going to be 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and about 5. He lost a yard here, but again, they were able to pick up yards on the ground. I think they're going to go back to the air here. Let's see if they go spread or another trips look that they continue to go back to. Looks like they're going to be in a spread formation.
Harris in the shotgun, Tid the tailback. Receiver in motion.
There's that trips look.
Now we got trips left. Looking to his left, and he throws. It is caught for the
Harris'
first down.
pass complete to White. Tackled on the play by Fiolis. First down sharp.
First down and 10 Sharks at their own 41. Handoff up the middle. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage for no
Butler,
gain.
the ball carrier. Tackled on the play.
This run defense by Martin County is
Seminole.
strong early. Something I'm seeing in the
Also
passing
tackled
game.
White.
The young quarterback for Sebastian River, he's only looking at one read and he's staring down those receivers. So expect Martin County safeties to start noticing that too. And watch one of them jump in and make a
Timeout
play.
called by Sebastian River, their first timeout of the half.
All right, timeout taken on the field. 7:36
This
to
is a
go.
chance to thank some more sponsors. Entry Point Doors.
This is the time where I like to plug my Twitter account. Follow me at RealCoachK on Twitter. Of course, you listen to the Coach Coquel Show on Fox Sports 640.
All right.
Dr. Steven Zantini, Complete Care Chiropractic and Wellness Center. Right Way Insurance. Elevate Hope. The Playground Guys. The Ties Company, Isabel Rodriguez.
You're Jackson Scott. This has to make you feel good. Being a quarterback, being up 13-0, your defense is handling the job. You've only had to make 2 simple reads in the entire game. You got a big lead. You can kind of just make plays going forward. I expect Coach Harris to pound the ball if they can make a stop here on the next drive.
All right, second down and 11. Shotgun formation for Harris. 3 receivers split to his left, and he looks to his left. And it is intercepted! Down the sideline is Pierce, and he goes in untouched for the Tigers' second pick 6 of the game.
Harris's pass intercepted by Jack Pierolis. Touchdown, Martin County.
We mentioned it earlier, the quarterback is staring down where he's throwing the ball. That's going to keep happening. Safeties and outside backers are going to make the play. Coach Spinelli probably let them know that during the timeout, that, hey, we can get on this guy. He's not making second and third reads. We can jump another route. Let's just keep making plays. But of course, a defensive touchdown is brought to you by Treasure Coast Legal. Thank you, Treasure Coast Legal.
Asking that live feed zoom in a little bit more. Okay.
Crater on for the extra point. Kick is drilled through the upright. And the Tigers are up 20-0.
Out of the W and hold. Good. Once again, thanks to more sponsors. TC Legal. Fellowship of Christian
That's
Athletes.
not something that happens
Coastal
on accident
Master.
where you have 2 pick 6.
Fellowship.
That's working on getting underneath routes. That's working on seeing the reads and understanding passing combinations. Coach Finelli has this
Credit of
defense
Florida.
fired up and ready to go.
Palm Truck Center. Tammy Carroll Insurance. All Points Mobile Shredding. Treasure Coast Concrete. McKinney Orthodontics. Lively Orthodontics. Shirley King of Palm Beach. Skilled Painting. Best Light Images.
Out count scoreboard from earlier in the day. Jupiter Christian defeated Boca Christian 28-21. The Eagles start the season 2-0.
Congratulations, Jupiter Christian. Graber kicks it off. Gonna be run out of the end zone this time, and
Williams returning Streeter's kick.
hard collision at the 30-yard line.
Returned by Shipwreck. First down. Sharp.
You think the Tigers were pent up having that game canceled last week? They have come out firing on all cylinders. Not to be cliche, but in all three phases of the game.
Certainly rested and ready to go. That's for sure. So far things are looking pretty well. Last game against Central, they got off to a slow start and was only up 10-7 at halftime.
Let's see what they can do here. You don't want to get too caught. It's very easy to get comfortable with a 20-0 lead. I don't, knowing the intensity of Coach Finelli and Coach Harris, I don't see them getting comfortable. So I think we'll be okay, up 20-0 here, but they got to keep the foot on the gas.
Harris in the shotgun, draw play up the middle. Bounces off a couple of Tigers before finally being stacked up after a short gain.
Tackled by everybody on the Tigers except for Lovelace.
Prepared for this game as the Tigers are all over the Sebastian River run game. Expect them to go back to trips, but they have to be a little gun shy. Their passing game, they've been exploited twice. So I want to see what Sebastian River does on this drive. Do they make an adjustment? Will they have a double move on one of these routes?
Maybe. Looks like they got a new quarterback in the game too. A lefty. James Holler, left-handed senior, in at quarterback for the Sharks. So I think they pulled the plug on the sophomore Chris Harris already.
They I mean, 2 pick six is rough to get over, but you want to, if you're a young team and he's your guy, and I don't know what the situation is for Coach Perry, but if he's your guy, you want to go back to him at some point. It's okay to give him a drive or two to catch his breath and get back in the moment, but you also don't want to demoralize the kid.
Well, we'll see. It looks like Coach is getting pretty desperate over on that Shark sideline. Here we go, third down. Blitz coming, and bam! Down goes Holler.
By Pelletier.
Screenplay gone wrong.
Yeah.
You know, when you set up the screen, yes, you're going to let the defensive line through, but sometimes you got to give a little punch to slow them down a little bit. They did not, and Martin County was all over it. It looked like Riley Pelletier got the sack. He got there first, but it was a host of Tigers.
Right.
I'm not good in the animal kingdom, even though after watching that show out of the, what was it, Tiger Kingdom, I don't know what a group of tigers is called. Did
the lions are a pride.
It's on the 40.
Well, yeah, interesting. I will have to figure that out. But yeah,
that's how you know a game is 20-0 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter when you're trying to figure out what a group of tigers is called.
Well, yeah, we were waiting for that screenplay to develop, and he was waiting and waiting and waiting, and it never materialized. Instead of throwing the ball away, he took the sack. Well,
a streak.
Yeah.
A streak is what it's called.
Really?
A group of tigers is a streak. Interesting.
All right, top quality football action as well as general knowledge here on this podcast. Tigers are in sharp field position once again.
Blocking the back.
There'll be a penalty on the play, though. Blocking the back, and it wasn't even a return.
About 15 yards.
So they're pushed back. Let's see what Coach Vega, offensive coordinator of Martin County, does on this drive. Does he call it conservative? He's one of the brighter offensive minds in the area. I'm excited to see how he orchestrates the drive that starts on the 50 rather than the 35 going in.
All right, well, looks like they're going to line up with 3 receivers to the right. And
for a water break.
Now they're going to take a water break with 5:51 to go in the opening quarter. 20-0 Tigers, and they're got the ball at midfield.
I get in trouble for questioning referees often. It's something I did as a coach as well.
Yeah, okay.
Why not take the water break at the change of possession? Why wait till they get back on the field and then call for the water break? It seemed like they missed that opportunity there to just say, hey, 6 minutes left, let's take the water break instead of a change of possession.
Positions to ribbon. Crown Trophy.
Yep.
White Commercial.
It makes more sense that way, but
and Beachfront Man Realty. That's a whole
Jeremy,
lot
if
of
you're Coach
stuff.
Harris, do you go deep here? I think this is a perfect opportunity to stretch the field.
Thank you.
Even a play action pass. it's early enough in the game where it doesn't look like you're pouring it on, but you also have enough lead where you can take a shot and not feel bad at the result.
Oh, they've only had 2 offensive plays, 2 pick sixes, and here we go. Trips right, Jackson back to pass. Looking deep down the field, and it is intercepted. Still on his feet and into Tiger territory is Cedric Stuckey Jr. And well, they tried to push it a little bit, didn't they?
They did, again, with that 20-0 lead. The problem with what Jackson did there is
First down, Sharks.
he had decided where he was going with that ball before that play developed, because it didn't open up. Nothing materialized from the routes, so he let it fly. I think that's a case of, I want to get in on the action. I've been sitting on the bench while everyone's scoring. He's a young quarterback. He'll make that mistake. As long as he learns from it in the next drive, knows he can't just let it fly, he'll be okay.
Running play to the right side. Brown, the ball carrier.
Brown, the ball carrier.
And he did not get much. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of 1.
Brought down on the play by White and BTN.
White in on the tackle. Loss of 1.
Trouble with the down.
This run defense by the Tigers has been impressive.
Won't really show second down very well.
Under a yard of carry right now for the Sharks.
Gang is on it.
They are just completely shutting it down in the front 7.
Second down. Pass to the outside is caught on the near sideline. It's going to be close to a first down.
White.
Devin White on the reception.
By Jude Fearless.
Can't see where they spotted the ball.
That is going to be a Shark first down. I believe their first down of the game. The ball's going to be spotted on the 33 going in.
So 1st and 10 Sharks. Ball on the 33. And Holler in the shotgun. 4 receivers split out. High snap. Draw play up the middle. A little running room this time.
Brown, the ball carrier. He's tackled on
and Brown gets some positive yardage. The Sharks starting to build a little momentum. 4.5 to play in the opening quarter.
One thing I learned about this Sebastian River team watching them play Jensen last week is they have no quit in their team. They will battle and battle throughout this game.
2nd and short. 3 receivers split to the right after Hodges goes in motion. Draw play. And good penetration by the defensive line.
Carrier. He's tackled on the play by Shipwreck and White.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
Defensive end got the step on the tackle. He just was not able to wrap him up, but luckily reinforcements were not far behind, setting up a 3rd and 3 for the Sharks. I expect them to go on the ground with the lack of success they're having in the air here, because this is 4-down territory.
It is definitely 4-down territory, Coach. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a run here. But we get the pass outside and it is overthrown. And it's 4th and short.
Pass attempt to Miller, incomplete, defended on the play by Skinner.
Pretty far try for a high school kicker. And got some.
They're gonna bring out. Looks like they're gonna bring out the field goal unit. This is shocking to me. This is a boot for a high school kid to make. Where's the ball? The ball is on the 26-yard line. So you go back 7, add 10, 43-yard field goal here attempt.
All right.
I'm really surprised. You're down 20-0. I'm surprised they didn't run. This should be a 4-down territory, unless they're just trying to get on the board.
Marcelano and to kick the field goal. Snap good. It is no good. Wide left.
Out of the snow hole is no good.
He had the leg though. He did have the distance. It was a decent kick, but he just punched it over to the left. You could tell the way it came off his foot. It wasn't a natural kick. It looked almost more like a goalie kicking the ball to clear the field.
Let's go, Phil! Way to go, Trev!
The key will be here. How does Jackson, Scott, and the offense respond after that interception on the last drive?
Scott and shotgun. And it's going to be a draw play up the middle. Back to the line of scrimmage.
Boystert, the ball carrier.
A Boystert.
Tackled by Nolan.
Maybe a gain of 1 on the
About
play.
4 more.
Looked like a little inside zone there, just trying to get things going. Maybe settle down the quarterback after the pick. Say, hey, we got you. We got the running game here. They're back to spreading them out. Let's see if they motion a running back in, or even go with jet sweep and try to stretch the edges.
Worked pretty well in their first week. Jet sweep got them a touchdown. Here goes Alexander in motion. You called it, Coach. He gets the ball, tries to find the corner, but it looks like the Sharks had that one snuffed out.
And that's okay. So now we're sitting at 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. But Jackson has settled down. He's had 2 plays go through. He's read the defense. Now he knows he can just settle in and make the throws that we know he's capable of making.
All right, 3rd down. Eyes on Brown is usually his go-to receiver. He scrambles, steps up in the pocket, and gets sacked.
Scott ran the ball.
And
Tackled by Garcia.
Tigers will have to punt for sure as we approach the 2-minute mark in the first quarter.
That's not a bad decision. There was no one completely open. There was good coverage on the play. After last drive, you don't want to try to thread another needle. The way your defense is playing, you just take the sack, punt, and live to play another down. Or, excuse me, another possession.
Kraber in on the punt. Standing around his 5-yard line. He gets the snap and the boot. Fielded at the 40. Breaks a couple of tackles and finally
Kraber's punt taken by Williams.
wrapped up. Williams knocked down
tackled by
at
Johnson.
45-yard line.
And everybody shipwrecked and Cochran.
The ref's got to be careful. Cedric Stuckey
down,
Jr., he's a kid
Sharp.
who made a lot of plays last week for the Sharks. He also committed a lot of penalties. That's 2 plays in a row. He's been in a little tussle after the whistle. Either the refs have to get on it or the Sebastian River coaches have to get on it. Because again, even if he throws the first punch, if a Martin County player responds, it's an 8-game suspension, automatic. And in this shortened season, that's it. Your year is over.
Yeah. Season over. Brown, the tailback for Sebastian. 3 receivers split out left and fumble on the play. Ball is loose. Tigers indicate that they have it.
Play recovered by ATN.
And they do.
First down, Martin County.
Garrett Sloan on the fumble recovery. And just like that, the Tigers are in business from the 44-yard line of Sebastian Rivers.
You bring in a second quarterback, that can happen where you don't get the quarterback exchange you necessarily were getting a little bit earlier in the game. It's not as smooth because he wasn't working with the ones all week. And we saw that. There was no contact there. They just weren't able to deliver the ball to the running back. Tigers capitalized, and let's see if they can put up another score. We're still in the first quarter, 20-0. I feel like we've seen a lot of football for 1 quarter of play.
Yeah, we certainly have. Jackson in the shotgun. Alexander to his right. Brown flanked out to the right side. Jackson looking his way, going deep. There it is. Caught!
Scott Brown, complete to Brown. Defended on the play by Wright. First down, first strike that. Defended on the play by Williams. First and goal, Martin County.
Big throw by Jackson Scott to Amarion Brown. You can see the connection they have. He hit him right in stride down the sideline for a Tiger first down.
There we go, first down. And I guess it's going to be goal to go. The ball's at the 9-yard line. Pressy in motion. Scott rolling to his left. He looks in the end zone. It is dropped in the end zone. Almost intercepted.
Is incomplete.
Oh my goodness.
Jackson got away with one there. That was not a great read on the play. He's got to settle in and just make sure he's making the short throws, not deciding pre-snap where he's going with the ball.
Whew. Certainly got lucky. Second down and 9. Looked like he had a receiver open in the flat. Decided to go for the end zone. Draw play up the middle is Alexander, and as he inches his way toward the goal line.
Alexander, the ball carrier. Tackled by Welch.
He will be down around the 3-yard line.
Let's see what they do here. 3rd and 3. Do they have the field goal kicker? They know they can go up that 3 scores plus. I know it's still 3 scores if they get 3 2-point conversions. But let's see what they can do to get in the end zone here.
3rd and short, winding down to the end of the first quarter. Movement on the line. And it looks like we're going to have an offside Sebastian. 16 seconds to go.
Dead ball offside.
So that will be half the
On the
distance
sharp.
to the goal. You might change your play call here a little bit, huh, Coach? You want to go a little power and go right up the middle, or what?
Yeah, this has been an issue for Sebastian River. Jackson Scott worked on his speed all offseason. I know he's not known as a runner, but he's powerful enough to get these yards. I wouldn't even mind seeing a QB ISO here.
Pressing in motion, and Alexander was
stopped
hit
in the backfield.
Immediately for a loss of a
Tackled by
couple.
Holler.
Now you got to be thinking field goal here. Try to go up.
That's the end of the
23,
first quarter.
But that is the end of the first quarter. 20-0, and Coach Harris is going to have a 4th down decision to make when we resume.
Not bad to have the time to just make this decision as we set up for the second quarter. Then we flip sides of the field. This is where if you're an OC and you want a chance to go for it on 4th down, you have that time to be able to kind of campaign to try to go for it on 4th down and get the touchdown. Hey, can you guys when you guys stand up, you're right on the camera. If you don't mind. Yeah. No, you're good when you're sitting. When you stood up and you stood up on this one. Oh, I got you. Okay. Thank you.
You were on national TV.
Don't make me come out of the booth. One thing about this area that I love is so special. Being, I was down in Palm Beach County for so long, but being in the 3 high school counties, you see players from all different teams just supporting the athletes in the area. As much as they compete for the Fergie Ferguson Trophy, it's also, there's a lot of love in between when those games aren't going on.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And most of these kids have played together since youth in the same baseball, soccer, football, basketball teams. There we go with the field goal to start the second quarter. And it is good.
That's a smart move by Coach Harris. Going for the 3 points because, again, you're up now by 3 touchdowns plus. I know it's not the full extra score, but now they need 3 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions just to tie the game. You got a good handle on things going into the second quarter.
All right, so recap the first quarter. We had opening score by Jackson Scott with a touchdown pass to go up 7-0, and then we had 2 back-to-back pick sixes. 1 extra point was missed. At the end of the first quarter, we were up 20-0, and then a field goal to make it 23. And Sebastian still looking to get on the board.
Treasure Coast now up 22-0 on Fort Pierce Central.
Okay. I could have guessed that. Fort Pierce Central is another young team with a young quarterback. Craver to tee it up at the 40. Low line drive kick. And it will go out of bounds for a penalty.
Penalty on the Tigers, illegal procedure.
Cardinal Newman still up 14-7 over Kings Academy. Those out of town, Delray Heritage up 3-0 on Benjamin. Those out of town scoreboards are brought to you by Treasure Coast Legal. Go to Treasure Coast for all your legal needs. They give back to our community, and as someone who's run a football program, I can tell you the support of the businesses in the area is what makes this football team go. It's what makes the players on the field. That little brown football costs $75. Now imagine ordering 20 of them a year. You need all the support you can. So big shout out to Treasure Coast Legal for stepping up and helping this program.
Absolutely. And one of the main people behind this sponsorship is Sean Plymale, alumni of Martin County, and his daughter is a senior here at school too. All right, so no messing around this time. He decides to blast it deep. It is fielded around the 15-yard line, trying to find the outside and heading down the sideline before being knocked out of bounds near midfield. A really good return
Coach Harris can't be thrilled. It looked like the kickoff team was in a little bit of
McKenzie
coast
on the
mode
return
there,
of the kick.
feeling that 23-0 lead early. This Sebastian River team will not quit, and being a young team can be a curse, but it also can really help you because you don't know any better to not but do anything
First
but
down,
keep
Sharks.
fighting.
First down and 10, Sharks. Shotgun formation, receiver in motion is Miller. And going down deep the left sideline, it is incomplete.
Snow's pass, attempt to Hodges.
Not sure if that was a miscommunication between the corner and the safety. It looked like the corner thought he had safety help, and the safety almost looked like he was in man. He thought the corner was in man free. So we'll see if they get that straightened out. You see them talking on the way back up the field. Fort Pierce Westwood has just taken a 7-0 lead over Port St. Lucie, according to good old John Santucci from the TC Palm.
Wow. We got a second down and 10. Draw play up the middle.
They're not the ball carrier.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Tackled on the
And a little
play.
pushing and shoving going on now on the field.
McKinney.
Nestor Lamont, the ball
Also the
carrier.
tackle is Sloan.
Things are starting to get chippy. We're seeing more and more of that after the play. This third down, let's see if Coach Finelli dials up a blitz here on third down, puts pressure on this quarterback to throw another interception.
Quentin Simmons, the senior defensive lineman, checks in for the Tigers. Third down and 9. Holler in the shotgun. And flag on the play.
Or non-play.
I didn't see any movement, so I'm not sure, but
False start.
false start. It looks like they were still trying to set up the... I don't know.
It looked like, judging from 23's reaction, it looked like it was on him. It looked like him and the ref were discussing. The ref might have told him to do something. He didn't make the correction, and the ref just ended it before the play even happened.
There we go, third and long, deep down the left sideline. It is incomplete.
Coach Perry saw it work a minute ago, or almost worked. It was there. He went right back to it. To me, that's one of those things. When you see a play work, you don't come right back to it. You keep that in your pocket and you get back to it a couple plays down the road, maybe even in the second half. Martin County looks like they have 2 returners deep. They have no one on the gunner right now. They've got to get him there. He's freaking out now. Setting up a return.
Lovelace comes back. Punt is on the way, low line drive kick. And it's fielded at the 25-yard line. That was Clay Adair.
Dangerous decision to pick up that low bouncing ball, but no harm, no foul.
Ball is taken by Hebert.
So the Tiger offense trots back onto the
First down,
field.
Tigers.
We're going to spot the ball at the 25-yard line. That's where Jackson Scott and the Tigers will take over first down and 10.
Let's see how they get this offense going. It's been a little bit inconsistent, to say the least, early in the game, but we know the talented players are there. They've made big plays. And again, they are up 23-0. Let's see what they do on this drive.
Draw play up the middle. A little running room this time. Oh! Almost broke free for a big gain.
Boystert, the ball carrier. Tackled by Stuckey.
An ankle
Boystert.
tackle away from a long touchdown.
Gain of about 7 on the play. Second and 3, hurry up offense. Boystert the ball again. Stacked up the line of scrimmage this time.
Boystert, the ball carrier.
So interesting with the hurry up, huh? Trying to catch
Tackled by
Sebastian
Stuckey.
off guard, maybe.
Catch them off guard and maybe trying to put the offense in a rhythm. The offense hasn't found the rhythm, so Coach Vega and Coach Harris say, we'll give you the rhythm where you don't have time to think and make mistakes. We're just going to make you play. I think it's a great move.
Third and 3.
Bubbles here for a first down if they want it.
Jackson looking that way, and you called it. Brown How is nobody guarding Brown? I'm not sure. Were they maybe at a zone defense? But Brown had time to bobble it a little bit, still corral it for the first down.
Just think about it this way. If you peep Brown's highlight film before the game and you just got beat deep, you're bailing already. His hips are already out of there. That's why that bubble screen was open. 5 is now playing him 7 yards off the ball. Set him up with a hitch again and then go hitch and go.
Counter play here, and a nice run up the middle. Almost to another first down. Boyster.
Tackled by Butler, but not before another. Martin Kelly.
So that's the first time we saw a little counter from the Tigers offense. They faked the end around, gave it to Boyser, and they will give it the first down to him. So 1st and 10 near midfield. Scott in the shotgun. Scott back to pass. Got his man into the flat.
Scott's pass complete to Alexander.
Caught by Alexander, and he dances his way for a 5-yard gain.
I love that call by Coach Vega. He's taking what the defense is giving him, not trying to do too much. It keeps his quarterback doing well. It gives the touches to another one of his premier athletes. It's just a great call. If they're going to play that far off, bring them back down to the box. Force them to come back down. And again, you can always set them up with a double move after you do that a few times.
Well, we'll see if that does work. That setting up for something in the future for sure. Jackson back to pass. Looking downfield, goes deep. Oh! Almost intercepted, almost caught. I don't think the camera followed all the way down there. It's hard. We get caught up watching the action.
Incomplete.
We need a tripod for this one.
Jackson Scott took a shot on that play. He got hit, and I think that's why he wasn't able to get everything underneath that throw to be able to connect on the deep pass. He looks like he's playing a little tight. Knowing the kid the way I do, he just needs to be having fun. If you can get him loose and get him slinging the ball around, it's just going to take one play. And sometimes it's that play of getting popped where you're like, whoa, time to wake up because I don't have a choice.
This game is being live streamed. We all know somebody that couldn't make it.
So the Tigers are going to take their timeout right here to talk about this third down call.
They'll find a link to the live stream. It's being live
I'm sure Coach Rod Harris wants to make sure they get a really good play called here and get this first down. He has no interest in punting. He wants to keep the ball.
Yeah, I would. You're in the spot with the way your defense is playing. There is no reason to punt at this point.
Also, don't forget that programs are for sale at the Spirit Shack over by the concession stand. They contain 2 coupons for Chick-fil-A and for a watch battery. So they'll pay for themselves for $5. Sold by the cheerleaders, but due to the COVID restrictions, the cheerleaders can't sell it themselves running around everybody. So please go over and get it at the Spirit Shack, $5. Chick-fil-A coupon.
All right, back to live action. 3rd down and 5. Jackson in the gun. Looking to his left. As underthrown, intended receiver was Augie Lovelace.
Scott's pass, attempt to Lovelace.
And now they will have to punt. Kraber trots onto the field.
Jackson's got to get his feet under his throws. Right now, his feet are on a different schedule than his upper body. When he gets that in sync and his core is all operating together, he will be able to bounce back. He's got happy feet right now. He's got to slow his feet down or speed up his upper body because they're on 2 different pages.
They got the ball marked wrong. And I was going to say, okay.
Kids are spotting the ball is the problem. Because of the COVID rules, it's not the refs spotting the ball. The kids are responsible for bringing the ball back to where
Oh, my goodness. I did not know that. All right, so Zachary Miller back deep for the Sharks. Kraber to punt it away. High snap, but he catches it. High hanging punt. And it will be down inside Shark territory around the 22, 23-yard line.
23-yard line. First down, Shark.
With 8:08 remaining, the shutout is intact right now in the first half. Martin County's defense playing with a ton of confidence. They've completely eliminated Sebastian River's run game. Sebastian River has to find a way to try to manufacture something on this drive before the game gets completely away from them.
All right. A little urgency here to put some points on the board before halftime. Here come the Sharks, first down and 10. Holler in the shotgun, and he's looking to pass. He sets up the screen this time, and it's incomplete. This time it looked like he passed it a little too soon. He didn't let it develop.
Almost picked off by the defensive end for Martin County. But yeah, he threw that way too early. That was one of those, I remember what happened last time, and I want to get rid of this ball. I don't want to go through that again. When the streak of Tigers was on top of him.
I think you're absolutely right. Second down and 10. 3 receivers split to the left. Back to pass. Looking to his left is Holler, rolling to his left now. And he'll be taken down. Sacked inside the 15-yard line, and that will bring up 3rd and long.
What a strong pass rush by White to come off the edge. He squeezed down. He left no room for error, for a mistake to happen, and was able to pull down the quarterback. That was a man play right there.
There we go, 3rd and long. Now they set up the screen. It's caught, but drilled right away. Nothing doing for the Sharks, and they're going to have to punt this away as Abear and Brown trot on the field in anticipation for this punt.
Apologize for the shot of my shoulder there on that play. As we're trying to figure out this podcast, and again, Boxcast, we appreciate Treasure Coast Legal for setting it up. What an opportunity you have. When your return men's feet are inside the 50, you know you're in good shape going into this offensive possession. I want to see if they go after the block.
There's a snap and there's a punt. Short punt. Now we don't have to move the camera on this one.
You hear Coach telling his players to get away from the ball.
43.
That's always the fear. Someone's going to just be
out for a water break.
What high school players like to do, they're almost mosquitoes to the light. When that ball's rolling, they just kind of linger and find their way close to it. That touches your leg or you get pushed into it. It's a turnover.
I know.
You don't want to give up possession of the ball in a situation like that.
That's one of those things that irks coaches too. But hey, you know what? Hey, they did the water break after the punt. So instead of having the teams come back onto the field and then sending them to water, they did it right this time.
I think the officials have our Boxcast in their ear. They're listening to the call and making adjustments. Right now, South Fork and Okeechobee is in a weather delay. They have not started their game.
Is that game in Okeechobee? I can see the lightning out west. I'm wondering if that weather's going to be moving toward us soon.
I hope not. Right now we have a beautiful, cool night. It'll be nice to be able to get through this game with this weather. Westwood takes a 14-0 lead over Port St. Lucie.
First down and 10, Scott in the gun. Wide receiver screen, and not a very good throw. It was a forward pass for sure, and it just didn't get to Pressy.
Scott's pass to tip the Pressy, incomplete.
Anytime that ball's behind the line of scrimmage, so the receivers got to know to just jump on that ball no matter what's happening there. That very easily could have been ruled a fumble. You got to love when the right tackle sees it and gets out there. Ethan Peck showing the hustle, said, I don't care if the whistle blew, I'm getting on top of that ball.
Second down and 10. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Draw play up the middle. Got a little running room.
Boystert, the ball carrier.
Nice little run by Boystert. About 9 yards on the play.
Run game is effective. The zone blocking is just setting up holes for the running back to get through.
Third down and 1. Boystert again. And he does have the first down after a gain of 3 on the play. Move the chains. First down Tigers under the 6-minute mark of the second quarter of this game. Tigers still on top, 23-0.
Let's see if they go play action or come back to the run here.
Jackson back to pass, going deep down the sideline. Incomplete, but there are flags on the play.
Scott's pass.
There was a ton of contact on that play. As the DB got beat, he just started grabbing for jersey. Now again, high school rules, for anyone who's not familiar with high school rules, it's 15 yards and you move the ball up. It's not a spot foul. I don't know why everyone's going all the way down there. They need to come back.
Well, they watch too much NFL, I suppose.
But the refs are going down there. Did he make the catch? That is not a spot foul.
Right, they're bringing him back. No, the catch was not made.
But the back judge was ready to spot the ball from NFL rules.
Yeah.
Had me confused. I got worried. New COVID season, new rules everywhere. I thought they changed the rules on me.
Oh, you got that? You got that? I think when they go that way, you do it, and then when they go that way. 1st and 10. Draw play up the middle to Boysert. Trying to bounce it outside. Oh! And literally a shoestring saving tackle. If he got to the outside, that would have been another 6 points for Martin County.
They're doing a good job of getting to the edges on some of these plays and getting through the linemen now as they start figuring this out. After they get on their initial block, watch them starting to feel comfortable to get off the initial block or get off double teams and get to the next level.
2nd and about 6 to go, maybe 7. Alexander, the tailback. Throw out to the right. Oh, it's dropped in and out of the hand. Scott got hit on the play.
Defended by Pete.
The hit seemed a little bit late there. Good throw. The pass was dropped. We'll see if they come back again. That was a long throw by Jackson Scott. Showed off a little arm strength to get it there before the defender could. Just not able to hold on for the first down for the Tigers. 3rd and 7.
It was a good ball. Should have been caught. Brown in motion. And Scott doesn't like what he sees, and he turns to the referee and calls timeout.
Second timeout of the
That was
half.
Coach Harris yelling it from the sideline. It looked like they were about to pick up an illegal motion call if they snapped that ball. He said, let me stop this here. This is a big 3rd down. 3rd and 7. Let's try to make sure we have the right play. It's the first half. We don't get to take our timeouts with us to the second half. We can use it here and set up and get the right play call.
Right, and they're well within field goal range, so what do you expect? A little conservative play calling here, knowing that a field goal is a probability?
No, I think they're going to take a shot at the end zone. I think they wanted to make sure Jackson doesn't make any kind of big mistakes, be smart with the ball. It's okay to take a sack. I would like to see Coach Vega maybe move the pocket a little bit and let Jackson roll out. Let him get comfortable because he's getting lost deep in the pocket and he keeps taking these big shots. Let's try moving him a little bit to his right and to his left and throwing on the run. Seeing some umbrellas come out in the crowd, which lets me know that there's some rain in the area.
Yeah, I think it's coming. But yeah, if he takes a shot at the end zone, at least maybe if he, the deep part of the end zone, he throws it away, they still have a field goal chance, right? Brown in motion. Jackson looks his way, throws it out to him. It's caught. Brown trying to get to the first down. Makes a move. He's got the first down.
That's some of that special talent where you know you could just say, hey, let's get Brown the ball, let's get him in space, and let him do what Amarion Brown does. And there he is. He didn't get the touchdown, picked up the first down. Big time play right there by Amarion Brown.
Absolutely. And talking to Harris before the game, he said he wanted to get the ball to his skill players in open space. And that's exactly what they did there on an important 3rd down play. 1st down and goal from the 4.
It's rare to call jet action at this position, you know, being on the 5-yard line going in, but it's open if they run a jet sweep down this way.
Scott with a little dump off to his running back, Boysert.
Scott's pass complete to Boysert.
Ruled down on the play. Sebastian River thought he fumbled there, but he was ruled down. A pickup of about, what, 3 on the play?
Got a couple sharks shaken up.
The way these ends are playing, I think they can get them to the edge. I think, especially if they do some of the misdirection action we've seen them use earlier in the game, they can get to the edge on this play. There's also a ton of space on the right side where the DBs are playing the receivers.
2nd and goal from the 3. Little end around to Brown. Looking for the corner, and he's got it.
Brown with the ball carrier.
3-yard touchdown run for Brown.
Martin County.
And the Tigers extend their lead by 29 with 3:17 to go. Coach.
That's that jet action. They were, Sebastian River was giving it up, and Coach Vega's done a brilliant job in this game of not trying to do what he wants. He's saying, okay, this is what you're going to give us, then this is what we're going to do. So he's looking at what the defense is giving him, and he's taking advantage of it. And Amarion Brown is just that special talent. When you can get him the ball, you get him the ball. Field goal, extra point kick, is good.
So with 3:17 to go in the first half, it's Martin County 30 and Sebastian River 0.
.317 remaining in the first half. Martin County up 30-0. One more touchdown will give us that running clock in the second half. We'll see if they can get to that level, or if Sebastian River can try to get back in this game.
Might be a good thing. We might be able to beat this rain, Coach.
If I'm Sebastian River, though, you need points in this board if you're going to stay in this game. You can't look at this as, hey, let's just take this to the second half and live another day. You need to get points, and you need to get them now.
Absolutely, and they do get the ball first in the third quarter. So they really got back-to-back possessions here to try to change the momentum in this thing. Try to get it within two-possession game. High hanging kick. Fielded at the 10-yard line. Trying to find a little room is McKenzie. And he gets a pretty good return.
Retriever kick. He's tackled by
the Tigers special teams giving up a lot of return yardage, but their defense has been holding pretty well.
You know why I always feel for head coaches in football, especially, and I'm sure in other sports too. But they're up 30-0 at the half. Coach Harris is going to go into the locker room, and you know what he's thinking about? What's going on with our kickoff team? That's what's in his head right now. Not all the positive things that happen. He's trying to fix all the little mistakes for later on in the season.
First down and 10. And Chris Harris, the sophomore quarterback, back in. Draw play up the middle. And that's going to be a tough run of about 3 yards for the Shark tailback.
To show you how well Martin County's run defense is playing, that felt like a big game for Sebastian River on the ground. What did they get, 3, maybe 4 yards on a friendly spot? And I think it might be closer to 2 yards. Just their run defense has just been lights out today. They've been locking down the run game.
Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be on the Tigers. They're calling personal foul. Hit to the head on a running play. He must have led with the helmet.
And that's hard because sometimes the ball carrier will lower his shoulder
First
and lower his head.
The Tigers,
but
first down Sharks.
We have to err on the way of safety.
All right, first down and 10 from the Tiger 39. Harris in the gun. And we have movement on the line.
Dead ball
offside, Martin County.
Encroachment against the Tigers.
I keep forgetting. So it is 1st and 5, I believe, and they're having trouble spotting this ball here. Now they get it right.
Didn't they just move the? They just moved the sticks. It shouldn't start with a 1st and 5.
1st and 5, Harrison the shotgun. And he's looking to pass. Over the middle, almost intercepted. And I'm telling you what, if he would have caught that, he might have gone the distance on that.
Defended on the play by Skinner.
Can you imagine a 3rd pick 6 for the young quarterback Harris?
Are you telling me we almost saw a 3rd Treasure Coast Legals defensive touchdown?
Well, the way this kid's throwing, we might have one yet. High snap, but he gets it. He's going to be taken down in the backfield. And so due to a bad snap, Harris will be sacked for a loss of 8. And that will give him 3rd and long with 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
In the backfield.
That's been Sebastian Rivers' problem all season. It's they continue to shoot themselves in the foot. You know, you make a couple strides to go one way, those type of plays, whether it be a penalty or a snap over the quarterback head, throws off the complete drive.
3rd and long. Back to pass is Harris. Look at Augie almost had his interception. That would have been his 2nd pick 6 of the night.
Attempt to McKenzie, broken up by Lovelace.
And that will bring up 4th and long, and
By the way,
Sebastian needed to get some points. It's just not going to happen
So we're looking forward
on
to
this
the
drive unless
Tigerettes, their first appearance.
they got a
of the
trick
year.
up their sleeve like a fake punt or something like that.
I do think, though, on 4th and forever, the smart move is to just punt the ball. Although your punt game has not given you many yards as it is. If you're Martin County, don't go after the block here. Don't risk a penalty. Just take the ball where you get it. Maybe even set up a return.
Well, Brown's the only one back, as the Tigers are sensing something. But it is going to be a punt. Will Brown field it or let it go? He's just going to watch it.
Marcelino's punt
Pins him
down,
inside the
Tigers,
20-yard line.
12-yard line. First down, Martin County.
So does Martin County here just run the ball, run the clock out, and go into halftime, or they try to get down the field in the field goal range? Maybe you got 2 timeouts.
I think you can keep it simple, but you can get the ball into guys like Amarian Brown's hands or Denzel Alexander and let them make big plays. I don't think you have to take the foot off the gas. It's still the first half. You know, you're not doing the disrespectful thing by trying to score when it's the first half.
Alrighty, let's see what they do. 1:26 to go in the first half. Draw play up the middle to Boysert.
Boysert, the ball carrier.
Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1.
Tackled by Arrington.
And no real sense
And
of
Butler.
urgency here. I think Harris is going to be content on running the clock out, going into halftime with a 30-point lead.
Which is probably the right move. I'm just saying you can't fault someone for trying to score in this situation.
Oh, no doubt, Coach. Because he even said his philosophy was to try to get it to his skill players in the open field. So why not throw a couple of those short passes and see if we can get a break a long gainer. But the conservative approach for Harris
Boysert, the ball carrier.
as we approach
Tackled by
halftime,
Garcia.
and the rain has decided to join us for the telecast. Yeah, there was a pretty wet one when we played up at Central, too. It rained for about 3/4.
22 seconds left. Let's see if they even have to snap the ball again or if they're just going to take it into the half.
I can just take a knee and get it over with.
Play action, go up top to Amarian. Act like you're running it out. No.
And that will do it. It is halftime here at Martin County High School. Your Tigers 30 and Sebastian River 0. The Sharks will have kickoff to open up the third quarter.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in the second half. We'll actually be back at halftime with the Treasure Coast Legal halftime report. Great job here by the Martin County Tigerettes putting on a halftime show for those staying in the rain.
Well, welcome back to Martin County High School. It is halftime, and the Tigers have a 30-point lead over the visiting Sharks of Sebastian River. Little breakdown of the scoring so far. Martin County opened up with the scoring with a 10-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Scott to Amarian Brown after a heck of a return by Alexander. Set them up in really good field position. Then on the Sebastian River's opening drive, interception return for a touchdown by Augie Lovelace. Extra point was missed. Tigers were up 13-0 at that point with 9:41 to go in the first quarter. And then shortly after that, another interception for a touchdown, this time by Jack Pierless. Extra point good this time, and the Tigers were up 20-0. Then at the start, scoring off in the second quarter, the Tigers kicked a field goal. Luke Kraber with a chip shot field goal to go up 23-0. And then with 3:17 to go in the first half, Amarian Brown had a 3-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good, and that's where we're at, 30-0. So, where do you want to start, Coach? You want to talk about the Tigers or the Sharks?
Well, let's talk about the Tigers since we are the Tigers broadcast. I think there's still a lot to work on after that first half, and that's hard to say. And, you know, I'm sure there's going to be some people out there saying, hey, guys, they're up 30-0. What do you mean there's stuff to work on? But the quarterback's got to get settled in a little more. There's some things on the kickoff team. They've let up big chunk yardage where maybe against the Vero next week, that's going to go house. These are things they got to look at. If I'm Coach Harris in the second half, I'm not necessarily emptying my bench early until maybe the fourth quarter because we want to clean it up because right now they want to know, right, Martin County? So going to go on to 2-0, going to play that benchmark game against Vero next week. You want to make sure you're firing on all cylinders, especially in a season where you didn't have summer workouts per se the way you normally would. You didn't have your normal football camp. This is the perfect opportunity to get those reps in.
Yeah. Good point. They definitely have to clean up some of their things. They're going to host the Vero Beach Fighting Indians next week, which is no easy task. How about Sebastian River? What do they have to do? I mean, what are you telling the team at halftime?
You tell them let's not quit. Let's just keep fighting. That's our goal here. Forget the score. The score means nothing now. I will tell you when to look at the scoreboard again. I don't want to see a player looking at the scoreboard throughout the entire second half until I say, okay, we got a shot to win this game. Let's focus on winning a possession. Let's focus on winning 4 downs. Let's get a couple first downs and string those together. Let's get another stop on defense. Let's work on getting a turnover. Set some small goals at the half. You can't be despondent at a half when you're down big. And as a coach, trust me, anyone who's followed my career, I am the expert of being down big at the half. I know what to do in that situation. Find the small goals that these players can go home tonight no matter what happens and say, hey, Coach challenged us at halftime. Even if Coach Harris does put in the second team. You don't let your team know that. You say, no, I don't care who we're playing against. We're going to compete and get those small goals, and we're going to accomplish some things so they can go home feeling good and wanting to go to film tomorrow or wanting to go to practice on Monday, depending on Coach Perry's schedule. Those small goals will go a long way as they continue on through their season.
Thank you, Coach. Chris Coquel with the color tonight, and I'm Jeremy Williams with the play-by-play, and we're doing this podcast sponsored by Treasure Coast Legal, and we hope that you guys are enjoying our broadcast tonight. This is the first time that we're doing this together on this device, so very exciting opportunity to be able to bring live football to our fans.
Especially, you know how county fans are. This place would be packed right now. A cool Friday night, football, both sides would be packed. It can't be. Luckily, Treasure Coast Legal stepped up to the plate, brought us this broadcast opportunity and said, hey, we want the fans in the area to be able to watch our Martin County Tigers. So we're able to watch it on a Boxcast stream. If you're watching at home right now, tell a friend. Let's get those numbers up. You can also tweet at me at RealCoachK if you want to interact with this broadcast. If you have a question for me or Jeremy about football during the game, feel free to, again, tweet at RealCoachK on Twitter, and we'll answer those questions for you, because this is a community event, and no one gets behind the community more than Treasure Coast Legal.
That's right, absolutely. So, how can we get people to watch the game?
What link? How do they find it?
With the
Again, thank you to everybody who's watching this game as we broadcast live here from Martin County High School. The Tigers are up 30-0. Some scores again from across the county and really Palm Beach County as well, and the Treasure Coast. Jupiter Christian 28-21 is a big start for them, as they had a really rough season, a 1-win season a year ago. Now they're 2-0 on the year. Vero Beach 14-7 in the second quarter, according to John Santucci. South Fork and Okeechobee is about to kick off, which is good news for us if we're getting that weather and it's clearing up over there. That'll be good news over here. Westwood up 21-0 over Port St. Lucie. Port St. Lucie has a gauntlet of a schedule this year. It's going to be a tough year for the Jags. And again, 30-0 here in Martin County. Those out-of-town scoreboards were brought to you by X&O Bath and Body. X&O Bath and Body for all your body and bath needs. Go to xnoskincare.com.
I look checking the weather right now. We still got some moisture in the area, although the bigger part of the storm is just north of us. It looks like some of the rain that's trickling down right now is going to pass, but there's still a little bit more behind it. Got a pretty big storm just west of Okeechobee. So even though they may have just kicked off, they may be delayed again. That second wave of storm hits them.
And that's this time of year. We know we always get the storms. It just feels even more pressing in this COVID season. That we got to deal with weather too. We're not just dealing with storms here. We have to deal with that on top of it. But we're getting games in, and college football is back. The SEC is back. Auburn plays Kentucky at noon. Local kid Jamie Sherwood, the full-time starter at safety for Auburn out of Jensen Beach. It'll be good to see him out on the field tomorrow as they're taking the precautions to get the SEC up and playing. And all the college kids in the area can kind of get back to some normalcy over there.
Absolutely. Florida plays tomorrow, and they have a local kid, Reese, from Fort Pierce Central, David Reese.
And Florida's playing Lane Kiffin, a former FAU coach, in his first game at Ole Miss.
That's right.
So, we're going to be filled with football. We're glad you're starting your weekend off with us here at Martin County.
Sharks back onto the field to warm up. The clock shows 2.5 minutes. As long as the officials come out, we can get this game started. And we're looking at a 30-point game. And just so you guys know, and correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but I believe when a team gets up by 35, is it? Then the clock will run continuously.
35 is the running clock, and for anyone who's not sure what the running clock is, it was kind of a mercy rule because they were starting to see scores that were outrageous. Coaches running up the score. And I'm putting myself in this category as a former football coach. We're not good enough to police ourselves. So I like having the running clock rule there just to make sure that, no one's getting completely embarrassed on a Friday night. These are kids, as much as they look like grown men and we treat them like grown men. There's some kids 13 to 19 out on that field. Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure those scores are. So as soon as Martin County, if they score another touchdown and get to 35, once they kick off again, the clock will run. It will not stop. Change of possession, it runs. Incomplete passes, it runs. The game will be shortened greatly at that point. But Sebastian River gets the ball first, and they can take this lead. If Martin County does go up 35, and then Sebastian River scores, the running clock stays intact. There is no removal of the running clock.
Oh, okay. So once it goes over 35, it can go back under 35. The clock will keep going.
It's just though you've earned your running clock, you get your running clock. They did that because what happened was coaches would get the running clock, put in their backups, the other team would score, and then, you know, us football coaches were egomaniacs. They'd run the starters back out there. This was to keep coaches from doing that, saying, hey, it's okay if they score 2. You're going to be all right. Keep your 2s in there.
Wow, okay. Those same running clock rules apply in basketball.
We'd like to thank
as well.
once again our
35
sponsors,
points
Hurricane
with the
Grill
running
and
clock
Wings and
mark
Stewart,
in basketball, too.
Brava's Italian Grill, Twisted Tuna,
Have any rules
Fresh
changed
Texas
in
Stewart,
basketball for
Southern
the
Pig
COVID
and Cattle,
season coming up, or is
EDQ
everything
Stewart,
is everybody just
Popeyes
still in a
Stewart,
waiting period
Big
right
Apple
now?
Pizza,
Yeah,
Global
right now
Capital
basketball is
Management,
conditioning,
the McDonough
but
family,
precautions
Parton
are in
family,
place.
the Scott family, Smith family, the Cambor family,
We have to be pretty
Lovelake
creative
family,
as basketball
the Debbie
coaches
family,
on what we're
the
doing.
Sloan family.
Right now we're not doing any
Facial
scrimmaging,
Surgical Associates,
so there's no
CWR
contact there.
contractor,
We're not doing any
High-Tide
passing
Sales,
drills.
Entry
But
point doors,
each
Just
player
Gold
can have their
Jewelry,
own basketball
Cover-Up Hurricane
to
Shutter
work on
Window,
dribbling drills.
Holly
Each player can go to a
Family
different
and
basket and
Cosmetic
work on
Dentistry.
shooting drills.
Dr. Stephen Zampini,
Of course, you
Complete
can
Care
condition,
Chiropractic and Wellness
Still keep
Center.
social
Right Way
distancing.
Insurance, Elevate Hope, the
So,
Playground Guy, Ties Company.
Can I tell you that
I'll,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jeremy. I was just saying, I've been nothing but jealous of Martin County basketball coaches because you guys have, and I apologize for the shaky camera at the moment. I'm trying to get the stand to reestablish itself. You guys have the best gym in the area. I love the gym here. I don't know how it is beyond just the initial look of it, but there is no cooler place to walk in. You guys need to come check out both the girls and the boys basketball team here at Martin County because that gym is just an experience in itself. I'm looking forward to living in the area, taking my kids to some of those games, and just to experience games inside that gym.
Trophy,
absolutely.
Commercial.
Thank you so much. We love our gymnasium, and we just got a facelift.
Skilled paint.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice look.
All of them are important to us, and we thank them very much.
And we'll be right back, guys. We're going to take a short break. There's 2 minutes left until the half. We'll be back right after a minute. Again, this Boxcast is brought to you by Treasure Coast Legal.
And welcome back. Martin County going to tee it up at the 40-yard line. That's the junior kicker, Luke Kraber. Miller back deep for the Sharks.
The key for Martin County in this half is can they keep up the intensity after going into the locker room up 30-0.
And the second half is underway. High hanging kick. Taken at the goal line and dropped. Picked back up by Miller. Trying to go to the left again and had some success earlier. This time,
taken by McKenzie.
nothing doing as it gets dropped at around the 10, 11 yard line.
He's tackled on the return by White. First down, Sharks.
He muffed it like right on the wall.
All right, so the Sharks are taking over the ball inside their own 15. Coach Perry can't be excited about starting in this field position down 30-0 in the second half. But again, it's these small goals.
Right.
Can they string together a little driving and flip the field and get Martin County to start on the other side of the 50?
Sophomore quarterback Chris Harris in the shotgun, and a draw play right away. Looking for a little running route that gets dropped immediately after a short gain.
The numbers are tough to see, but that might have... Is that Aiden Hahn on the tackle? Whatever it was, he squared him up and just leveled him, stopped him in his place.
Second down and 10. Trips left for the Sharks. And a little throw out to the running back, flag on the play. Trying to get to the outside. An outstanding open field tackle
Tidd with the ball for the Sharks.
by Pieris.
Tackle by Lovelace
Excuse me, check that. Lovelace on the tackle.
and his buddy Sloan.
Augie shed his block. If you're running trips to the left and a bubble to the right, that receiver on it by himself has to make that block for Sebastian River.
But apparently it was not a flag. It must have been a yellow towel or something I saw fly. So third down and long. Passing down and pass complete to the far sideline, but wrapped up right away for no gain, and the Sharks are going to have to punt.
Discouraging for Coach Perry of Sebastian River right now.
Harris pass complete to Miller.
It looks like the offense was going through the motions. They did not look like they had the
Tackled by
energy of
quite a
trying
few
to make
Tigers.
plays. They looked like they were playing to not make mistakes. And you're not going to have... This game of football can't be played by trying not to make mistakes.
So Pressey and Brown back to receive the punt at midfield. Short but high punt. And it's going to take a little bit of a shark roll before they down it.
Marquez kick down at the
And the
Sebastian
Tigers are going to
39.
start in shark territory
First down,
again.
Tigers.
You know, you can start it when you can start at the 39 heading in. You have to feel good because Coach Vega and that offense can kind of
make
do
that the
whatever
40.
they want on this possession. Coach Finelli has to be thrilled with how his defense is playing.
Yeah, this holds up. There's going to be a lot of happy Tigers at the end of this night. First down and 10. Scott, the junior quarterback, in the shotgun. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Alexander in the background. Back to pass to Scott. Throws it out into the flat. It is caught.
Scott's pass complete to Johnson.
Not much of a
by
gain on the play. Abear on the
Offensive
catch
tackle
and
Lexi.
dropped immediately. Maybe a gain of 1. They're going to call it second down and 9.
Again, that's one of those plays we gotta retrain our brains to realize that some passes are like runs. That's a 2-yard pickup on the ground, basically.
Draw play up the middle, trying to bounce it outside is Alexander. He
Alexander,
pretty
the
much
ball
gets
carrier.
the corner. He's going to be close to a Tiger first down. Let's see where they spot it.
Tripped up on the play by Butler. And
We were
Johnson.
shielded by the canopy on the near sideline.
First down, Martin County.
First down, Tigers.
Great run there. Martin County is able to get to the edges pretty much at will tonight.
Little bubble screen. Pressey
Toss to Pressey.
looks like he
incomplete.
tried to run before he caught the ball.
He was trying to get around that
Defended on the
corner. You
play
got to
by
secure the
White.
ball, look and put it away before you get upfield. Well, with that gets set up, I run that same type of bubble action and let one of those other receivers leak out over the deep, either down the sideline or run a post. Because Sebastian River, 2 plays in a row, saw the bubble and they came flying down.
Second and 10, Scott in the gun. Draw play up the middle, Alexander.
Alexander, the ball carrier.
Gain of 4 on the
Tackled
play.
by
That'll bring up a
Butler.
manageable third down now for the Tigers. Let's see if they try to get the ball to one of their skilled players in open space.
3rd and 6. You want to at least get a couple yards to get yourself in a more manageable field goal. I know the kicker's got a leg, but you want to get a little closer. I see them taking a shot over. Look at the middle of the field right now. It is wide open.
It sure is. Pressy in motion. Scott taking a shot deep. And it looked like it was tipped.
Scott's pass.
And never made it to the intended receiver,
Attempt was to Johnson.
Haston. That's going to bring up 4th
Defender on the
down.
play by
Coach
Lee.
Vega was trying to, he had the bubble action. He brought the defender down. The receiver was there. I'm just not sure if Jackson had decided which receiver he was throwing to. It looked like he was caught in between a little bit. And it looks like the Tigers are going to go for it here on 4th down.
The offense staying on the field. We think this might be an opportunity to work on their field goal game, but they're going to work on their 4th down efficiency.
Timeout.
And a lot of
Timeout called by the
confusion.
Tigers.
So the Tigers will take a timeout
First
and talk
timeout and a
about it.
half for Marquette.
This is one of those, they weren't sure if
This
you're
is
going
a
to go
chance to
for it. You
introduce you
want
to
to
some
know
of the
what you're going to
cheerleaders.
do. You don't want to rush a play. In this situation, timeouts are not at a premium when you're up 30 to nothing. So Coach Harris said, hey, let's talk this through. Let's, 1, make sure we want to go for it. But 2, if we go for it, let's make sure we have the right play.
Caliana Richards.
It'll be about a 43-yard
Allison
attempt
Sanders.
if he
Grace
wants Craver to give this one a try.
Marissa D'Souza.
But they're going to take a chance at moving the chains.
Jordan Lasardo. We'll tell you the rest of them shortly.
Oh, here we go. 4th down and 6. Let's see what they do. Alexander in motion. Fake to him. Throw over the middle. It is intercepted. And a huge defensive stop for Sebastian River. It didn't. I'm not sure who he was trying to throw it to, but there was a lot of white jerseys in the middle that time.
I think they were hoping for the over pursue again. The problem was the opening there. When they bring that guy in motion, the defenders are creeping back into the box where Jackson threw the ball. The opening was up over the top, so they either had to go up over the top or be more patient and let that drag follow all the way through across the field and clear those defenders. There was no one in his face. Jackson had time. It looked like he just wanted to get that throw off.
A big break for the Sharks defense there. 8-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. And handoff play up the middle, and the Tiger defense smothers it right away.
Kidd, the running back. Tackled on
Going
the play by
streaking
Etienne.
again is a big group of Tigers in there on the stop. Sorry, Jeremy, I learned something. When I learn something, I got to use it as much as possible. I now know that a group of Tigers is a streak.
That defensive line being anchored by 7-less, Etienne, Hawkins, among others. They're getting a lot of push. 2nd down, pass play. It is caught. Underthrown ball, but great adjustment by the Shark receiver to come back.
Pass complete to McKenzie.
I don't know if that was intentional, but man, is that the perfect back shoulder throw and catch by Sebastian River. It was good coverage. That back shoulder throw will get you sometimes, but that looked more like an underthrow more than a back shoulder throw.
Yeah, McKenzie made a great job coming back, getting a sharp 1st down. There hasn't been too many of them tonight. 1st and 10 from the 44. Back to pass is Harris. Looking deep down the left side. It is broken up, incomplete. A little contact over there, but no flag.
I thought we were going to have another interception on the play as the coverage was all over that throw. The safeties are kind of just sitting, waiting for their opportunities.
Pass attempt was
Tigers bring in a fresh group of defenders. rotating that line, keeping everybody fresh. 2nd down and 10. High snap. Harris gets it. Throws over the middle. Caught. Pass complete to Miller. 15-yard gain and another sharp 1st down.
Harris's pass complete to Miller.
And
tackle on the play by Woodbury.
Timeout on the
First down
field.
start.
Must be a water break, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're taking the 6-minute water break a little bit early there. I'm surprised. And if I'm,
Timeout for a
if
water
I'm
break.
Coach Perry as
Can't
Sebastian,
finish
I'm
the
not
rest of the
happy.
cheerleaders.
We have momentum. We're holding the ball, and you're
Deny
going
a start.
to stop the half right there. He's got to be a little bit upset about that decision. Now, if you're Coach Harris and Coach Pinelli, you say, cool, we'll take that extra timeout and resettle the troops and get everybody ready for what's
Jordan
coming.
Levy. Betsy Button. Olivia Burris.
Jeremy, I think if Martin County's defense is just patient on this drive, tackle your front four, sit back, get some of your linebackers to get back to getting underneath those routes. They're getting a little too excited with the big hits and start to creep into the box a little bit. Sit under the routes, make sure the safeties are on the balls of their feet, ready to attack the opposite direction. They can pick the ball off. The ball is floating for the special quarterback.
Year of COVID. Cheerleaders.
There we go, back from the hydration break. Sebastian was starting to build up a little momentum.
And again, tonight's game of the week is sponsored by Martin County alum Sean Plymell and Treasure Coast Legal. Thank you to Treasure Coast Legal for this broadcast.
1st and 10 from the Tiger 42. Draw play up the middle. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Tid, the ball carrier.
For Tid.
Stopped on the play by McKinney.
Many Tigers, including
Miller.
Liam Miller, and on the stop.
That front seven, and in particular the front four of Martin
All
County,
twin on the tackle,
is having a
no.
heck of a ball game up front. They've neutralized the run game and letting the defensive backs again, and the linebackers even play the pass more.
Well, I'm a little surprised the Sharks haven't tried any running plays to the outside. They keep trying to go up the middle. Back to pass is Harris. He looks, and it is in and out of the hands of McKenzie. Lug lace on the coverage, and Augie comes up hurt, holding his leg. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
It's that time of year when we get back into football and cramping starts happening. The way he fell, we never want to be doctors up in the booth, but it looked like it was a cramp. The way he tightened up and then dropped and immediately grabbed his calf.
Walters.
Yeah, Braden Samuels went over there and was messing around with Augie a little bit. I think. Let's hope it's just a cramp. It looks that way.
Every year, the first couple games back, you see this type of stuff happen where players cramp up as we get into the second half, especially after we shut it down. Players around the county of all sports have to realize hydration does not happen on game day. It's got to be a daily ritual, especially in the season, to drink as much water as you can, because we live in the most humid place in the world. That's probably not factually accurate, but it sure feels like it. I know when I walked up the bleachers tonight on a nice cool night, it felt like the most humid place in the world.
You're right. He did not hydrate enough during that last water break, 40 seconds ago. But it does look like a cramp. You can see in the lower right part of your screen, Augie number 5 is stretching it out near the track. And Pierless will come in to replace him. It will be 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 10 here. This is a big play, probably 4-down territory for the Sharks.
Harris back to pass, looking deep, and nobody there. Samuels cannot come up with it. There was nobody around. But just as good as a punt. It brings up 4th down, and The Sharks are going to send their punt team on the field.
It looked like Samuel's making himself do a lap there. He's mad. He knows he had a pick.
James Holler in to punt the ball away. For Sebastian, and Marion Brown standing at a 10-yard line.
Watch a fake here. This punt game has not been effective. They have not gotten many clean punts. I'd be careful of a fake.
Because we know Holler can throw the ball too. He played a little quarterback in this game already. And he's looking to pass. Intercepted. So the fake punt is no good. Martin County intercepts the ball.
Nose pass intercepted by Brown.
I mean,
either way, the Tigers are taking over.
It's not no harm, no foul there for Coach Perry. But if I'm running a fake punt, I am not throwing the ball within 30 yards of Marion Brown. I'm finding the one spot in the field that he's not, and that's where I'm throwing the ball. Tigers need to get something going. Again, they are up 30-0. They have a big game against Vero. They need to get the offense moving here tonight just to feel good, even if it's just for a drive or two heading into next week's matchup.
Marion Brown had an interception to his 2 touchdowns tonight. Draw play up the middle to Boyser.
Ball carrier.
Loss of a couple on the play.
Also, the tackle was.
It looked like the safety on a Marion Brown side has creeped into the box. If I'm Coach Vega, I'm taking a shot here. I don't care what the score is. You're not going to disrespect that kid and not give safety help.
2 backs in the backfield now for Martin County. Scott back to pass. Checks down to Pressy, and he's got some room up the sideline. Returns on the Jets. He's got the first down and more.
Great job there by both Coach Vega and Jackson Scott, the quarterback, as he looked off the double team. They doubled Marion Brown on the drag. He looked it off, brought everybody in, and then hit the back flaring to the sideline.
Absolutely. So they're going to spot the ball at the 36. Clock is running under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Scott back to pass. And he takes off. And a little bit of a late hit, but no flag on the play. We're going to be a gain of 4.
I'll tell you what, though, Jackson looks faster and stronger running the ball this year. It was only a gain of 4, but if that tackle doesn't happen, he had a big pickup there. That was a good decision and pick up some yards. But that should have been a late hit. They got to throw that penalty. It's a quarterback on the ground, and it looked like Macho Man Savage coming off with the elbow. Showing my age a little bit there, I think.
2nd and 6. Scott corrals in the snap. Dumps it off to Alexander. He's got the first down.
Complete to Alexander. Run out of bounds by Johnson. First down, Tigers.
Ball will be at midfield, and they move the chains.
You gotta love, the game of football kind of polices itself. After a questionable late hit, Martin County's runner right there just lowered the shoulder and said, "You want to hit us? We're going to send you a little message back that direction."
Tigers are pushing. They're not being conservative at the point. Fumble on the snap, and Jackson Scott
the ball in
has
the backfield.
to recover it. So it looks like they were going to go to another pass play there, Coach.
Yeah, and that was Jackson had his eyes downfield. He's got to get the snap down first before he can continue to look downfield. Again, securing the snap, nothing can happen until that takes place. If you want to hear from Jackson Scott, he was on the Coach Coquel show. You can go to foxsports640.com and find that interview there, or you can download the Coach Chris Coquel podcast. And my sit down with Jackson Scott before week 1 is on there.
Thanks for the info. Here we go, 2nd and long. Scott, this pass is complete on the far sideline, but
Scott's pass complete.
no gain on the play.
Again, that was one of those, let's just get the ball in a skilled guy's hand, and if we can break something, we're in good shape. Eventually, I would love to see them, we used to call it sucker, where you set up that screen, the guy acts like he's blocking for a second and then slips out past the corner. So you don't run it deep to Brown though. You have Brown set up the screen by running the bubble. I mean, set up the big play by running the bubble. But if you look down here, it's one-on-one. We have one-on-one down bottom.
3rd and long. Scott looking to his left. He's going to go for Brown. He's got him. It's caught. Touchdown, Scott to Brown.
Touchdown, complete to Brown. The Varsity County touchdown.
Scott was on the money with that. What a pass and catch. As Scott and Brown gets his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Scott saw the single coverage and he knew where he was going. Great play call, great play design, great execution. Scott to downtown Amari and Brown. Touchdown Tigers.
61-yard touchdown. And Craver on to kick the extra point. And it is good. And with 1:49 to go in the 3rd quarter, it's your Tigers 37, Sharks 0. And this game will be getting over soon. We are going to be having a running clock as soon as we kick off.
The Martin County has one more cheerleader, Rachel Davis.
So, big day here for Amari and Brown.
He's special.
He
He's
has
a special, and he's only a junior.
only a junior.
Woo! 2
touchdown receptions on the night, 1 running touchdown, and an interception. It is going to be he's going to definitely be a candidate for Treasure Coast Palm, CC Palm, offensive player of the week.
When I was at Jensen a couple years ago, I had 2 receivers, or we had 2 receivers, and a bigger, taller receiver and a Deontay Rarick who had hands and a catch radius like no one I've ever seen before and still haven't seen since. And then we also had the shifty receiver and a Tyrese Jackson who was just explosive whenever he had the ball in his hands. Amari and Brown looks like if you blended those two kids together, that's what you're getting in him. He is just an absolute stud of a receiver.
Interesting comparison. There we go. We kick off. It's drilled into the end zone. No return. And the clock is running. We're under a minute here in the 3rd quarter. And see if the Sharks will even get a chance to get a snap off before the clock reaches 0.
Yeah, the clock running, we probably won't. You can probably start getting those 4s up, as they say, as the 4th quarter is going to start 37-0. Martin County on top after a Jackson Scott absolute dime to Amari and Brown, who beat the defender with the stem of his route and just kept running.
First and 10 Sharks, handoff. Trying to find a little running room on the outside. Gain of a couple. Well, that will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Tackled on the play by Woodbury.
Martin County, the fans and the coaches and the players. Jeremy getting his 4s up. Everybody's getting their 4s up.
Because there won't be any lingering allowed after the game due to the COVID restrictions.
So Jeremy, I'm in a tough spot here.
Outside the locker room.
Having been the defensive coordinator for Jensen Beach for 2 years, I still feel a little bit like the enemy over here. You know, and I feel like if I throw my 4s up, I'll be the enemy back over there. So I don't know what to do in this situation because I'm not from the area, so I don't get the same grace as these players do when they play each other. But this rivalry is fun. Being in part of that game, and whether it was win or lose, it was one of the more fun games playing both South Fork and Martin County. That series of games is just something that I hope they stream them all, no matter who's home, and just let the kids have that forever.
Well, I think about this time, you got to think that Coach Harris is going to tell his coordinators to start pulling some of the starters. We don't want to take any unnecessary injuries here. We got Vero Beach coming in next week. We're going to see some of the backups now.
This is a perfect time to, one, get your seniors in because we don't know how many games we're going to have left. So any senior who hasn't played, get them in, and get your young kids reps. You can kind of have that blend right here.
2nd down and 8. Harris back to pass, sets up the screen. Almost intercepted.
No pass, incomplete.
Broken up by Tanner Cranbar.
Tanner, senior, he sniffed that thing out right away. You can tell he did his job in the film room. He felt that coming and almost got the interception.
Senior defensive lineman breaks up the pass. It'll be 3rd down and 8, Sebastian. Harris gets a snap. Throws to the right. Some contact there. And here comes the flag.
Pass incomplete.
That's probably the right call.
A little too aggressive by the defender on the play. So we get this fun slate of football. Obviously, we have the pro game, but the national game next week is Jets Broncos, and Justin Simmons, Martin County alum, will be on the field on the national stage Thursday night.
Holding is a call against the Tigers. 1st down, Sharp.
Someone needs to put a call into him for when they do the introductions. He doesn't say Boston College. Let's throw some love towards the Tigers.
No Boston College Eagles. I remember I coached against Justin in basketball a few years back. He was a good basketball player too. 1st down and 10, and Harris has got his man passes complete, 10-yard gain on the play.
He may not like me saying this. His wife is also a baller, and I heard she beats him in the one-on-one games.
Yeah.
That's the rumor going around the county.
Yeah, his wife was
1st down, Sharp.
one of the best players I've seen in this area in the last 10 years. Martin County had some really good girls basketball teams. They're trying to get back to that status. 1st down and 10, passes incomplete.
Defended on the play by Samuel.
Almost a great interception. The safety made a great break on the ball and almost picked it off. As the clock just, you see how fast it goes, as we're down to 9:30 left in the game. Coach Perry had no rush here, taking his time, getting the play called in as they stay in this trip set.
2nd down and 10, River. Harris looking to pass, and incomplete. Probably should have been caught by White. I tell you, Harris is actually starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm now.
Jack Perilous with a great breakup on the play. Yeah, that was a great set throw. He looked most comfortable he's looked all game. Perilous got there half a step late, but was able to play through the hands and break up the pass. And that's what you want if you're Coach Finelli and Coach Harris.
Third down and 10, and the Tigers looking to stop here. And
Harris pass incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
You see the body language of the Sharks. You know, they're feeling the running clock. They're feeling the scoreboard right now. Out of town scoreboard brought to you by Treasure Coast Legal. Cardinal Newman 21, Kings Academy 14. American Heritage Plantation up 24-0 over Clearwater. Vero Beach at the half up 28-7 over Centennial.
Fourth down, under 8 minutes to go in this game. Sharks have to punt. And bad snap on the play. And the net kind of night for Sebastian River.
The Sharks 25.
The Tigers will take over at the Shark 25.
Yeah, smart move by the punter there. The ball rolled underneath his legs, and he just kind of fell on it and said, hey, we're just going to down it here. Jackson Scott's got a seat on the bench next to Amarion Brown, so we'll see some of the backups on the offense. That's got to be exciting for some of the Tiger fans out there as we get to see a new offensive unit in the game.
So number 16, Jake Bebian, a junior quarterback, comes into the game. We see a lot of kids out there with some clean uniforms on.
Okeechobee up 7-0 at the end of the first quarter over South Fork.
Bebian back to pass. Throws a pretty good ball, but it's intercepted at the goal line. And this might get rid of the shutout if he gets to the corner.
Debian's pass intercepted by White.
And so, Debian's first pass of the year is an interception.
Surprised to throw there up 37-0, and I know you got your twos in, so I understand it. But I'm just surprised you're not just running the clock out in that situation.
Yeah. Looks like he wanted to take a shot.
Oh, Sebastian River has a little life. Again, these are those small goals. If you're a team that's down and you're looking to rebuild and you got a young squad, hey, let's see if we can score on this last drive.
Christopher Harris back onto the field in the shotgun. Looking to pass, throws to the right. It is complete on the far sideline. McKenzie with the catch.
Harris's pass completes to McKenzie.
14-yard gain on the
Samuels
play.
And Gutierrez.
Catch, throw, first down. That's what you want if you're Sebastian River now. Try to do it
First
again
down sharp.
and get into the end zone. And you know, if you're Martin County, if you're the twos, this is your job now. Your job is to sustain this shutout. For you, you have to treat this as if the score also isn't 37-0. Because you're in the game. You got to play like it's 0-0 here.
A little dump off pass. And some positive yardage here for Sebastian. A gain of 6 or 7 on the play.
Harris's pass complete to Lenot.
For some of these kids, these are very valuable reps, whether they're seniors for their memories or if they're underclassmen getting onto the field for the first time.
I think we have a penalty. But I must have missed that. A bit, pretty
Call
bad
holding
penalty
against
for
the
Sebastian.
Sharks.
Did I hear holding? That's a 30-yard penalty.
It had to be a couple of personal fouls. I don't know. Must have been some sort of personal foul that we missed there, Coach.
So it's second and what? 10, 20, 30? Just about 30 yards?
Forever. Pretty close to 30. Harris back to pass. It is incomplete.
Harris's pass
Clock
incomplete.
still ticking. We're at the 4-minute mark of the ball game. Martin County
Intended on the play
heading to
by
2-0.
Gutierrez.
And Sebastian River, after 2 close losses, they're going to end up dropping to 0-3.
Let's give a special shout out to Athletic Director Mark Cowles for helping us put on this broadcast and getting this game up and running for the community tonight.
Harris, pitch and catch. McKenzie trying to bounce it outside. Gets a lot of the penalty
Harris's
yardage
pass
back.
complete to McKenzie.
Still going to be 4th
Tackled
down and
by
long.
Gutierrez.
That rare situation where you have a nice 19-yard pickup and you're facing 4th and 13.
They gotta go.
Timeout.
Stoppage in play.
Timeout called by Martin County. The Tigers' second timeout of the half.
And yeah,
Martin County with the timeout there, trying to hold on here. Let's see.
Finelli not happy with something.
I do like, though, it looks like some of the ones are trying to creep back in, and Coach Finelli saying, no, let's let these other guys do their job and earn their part of this victory. No matter what happens, that's the right move. Even if Sebastian River scores, Coach Finelli and Coach Harris are in the right there by keeping these kids in. Again, they're facing a 4th and 13, but they have the whole field. If I'm Sebastian, you need 13 anyway, take a shot to the end zone here. The quarterback's got the arm to reach. I'd go up top and just say, let's see if we can throw one all the way in. Martin County's did such a good job in the underneath stuff. You got the big, tall receiver down at the bottom of the field, throw it up top.
Okay, back to live action. 4th down. Harris back to pass, looks over the middle.
Harris' pass incomplete.
Incomplete. Turnover on
Broken
down.
up by Skinner.
And the Tigers just need to run a couple of plays and this game should be over. It's 2:40 and ticking. As we are in a running clock right now, it will not stop.
I don't expect another pass in this situation. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I expect this ball to be on the ground here. Marion Brown showing his dance moves on the bottom of the screen.
Okay, here we go. Debian with the quarterback keeper.
Go, Debian!
And gets 11 on the play.
Debian, the ball carrier. Tackled on the play by
Debian, who
Pollard.
would be a starter at a lot of schools. So yes, he's there too because they have Jackson Scott, but he's a really good quarterback as we see his dual threats abilities on that play. And, you know, he wants a little film for himself too, but you know, keep it on the ground. Let's be smart. Let's get out of this injury free and go take on Vero next week.
First and 10 from the Tiger 40. Handoff up the middle. Surging ahead for a gain of 6, but
Stop it.
flag thrown on the
ball
play.
carrier.
Most likely a holding.
Tackled on the play by Johnson. Flag on the play.
I'm surprised they made that call. A lot of times you don't
Call
see
is
these
holding
calls
against Mark
when
Jones.
there's a running clock because the refs figure it's time to go home. But I guess the clock's not going to stop either way,
Right,
so they don't mind backing it up.
So a holding penalty will negate the 7-yard run. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We'll bring up 1st and 17. And we're under a minute in this ball game. County about to go to 2-0. Handoff up the middle. Stuffed right away by the Shark defense. And that could be all.
On the ball carrier.
If they have to
Tackled
run
by
one more
Garcia.
play.
What a great game for Coach Harris and his staff, picking up the victory again. Especially the team's a young team, but they're a scrappy team that took Jensen Beach to the limits last week. So they're a team that can be expected to put up a fight. The Tigers were able to demoralize them early and pick up a big victory under Coach Harris.
Harris is good. He does not want to run another play. He's on the
Thank you,
field.
everybody, for coming out and supporting high school football.
And that will wrap things up here.
The Tigers play again on Friday against Vero Beach.
37-0 win for Martin County.
And it's funny, I was confused because they weren't going to the 50 to line up. I forgot about the situation we're in with COVID.
Yeah.
Martin County coaching staff excited, asking for a heck yeah from the crowd. Getting it back, a little excitement there.
The what?
They got a little heck yeah from the crowd, a little excitement from the coaches to the fans.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Friday nights are fun. This is what it's all about. Show some respect after the game.
Well, it does not look like the Sharks want to come out and acknowledge the Tigers for the game. The Tigers are content with just...
They may not know. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt that they weren't sure of what the procedures were.
All right, Coach, we got the Vero Beach Fighting Indians, arguably the best
Don't
team in
forget,
our
we
area and
have
has been for the
all of our
last,
lives. Can't
well,
linger.
as long as I've been living here for 10 years.
As soon as possible. Nobody's allowed to wait outside the locker
That's going to be
room.
fun to watch.
Please
We're going to have
take
undefeated
haste to
Martin
your
County and
vehicle.
undefeated
Thank you for coming out tonight.
Vero Beach.
Now go home.
Big statement game for the Tigers to test to see where they truly stand as they're sitting at 2-0 now. Vero will be that statement game. But tonight, what a game. Thank you again to Treasure Coast Legal for putting on this broadcast for us and all they do for our community.
So, for Coach Jeremy Williams, along with Coach Chris Cotel, thank you for joining us. And we'll be doing this again real soon. Thank you.
Go
Have a
Tigers.
good night.